right, everyone. Welcome into JomezPro's production of the 2026 Swedish Open, presented by Kastaplast. This is round one, front nine action. I am Nate Perkins, the Perks of Disc Golf, here with my good friend Noah Meintsma. Noah, I think I first met you the year both you and I started touring back in 2015, man. It's been quite the ride.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride, and it's so good to be here in the booth for the first time on JomezPro, one of my favorite channels of all time and home of disc golf.
This is where disc golf lives.
Let's go.
We are in a cute little town, Boras, Sweden, a town of 75,000 people. We are playing the Swedish Open on the number 12 ranked course in the world, the Ymergårdens Frisbee golf course just outside of town. Hole one, Noah.
And for good reason. This place is absolutely amazing. It's kept so well, and we're going to see an absolute star-studded cast here. Starting off with Mauri Villmann. I know he's liked a lot of the forehand right now, but he's going backhand on one for good reason.
Yeah, there was a bit of a tailwind on one, stabling these shots up.
Yeah, definitely a safe miss because it keeps you in bounds with the ready backhand, but it's definitely playing a little more challenging with the tailwind. Makes you want to maybe think about the mid-range, but it's a little too far to go for it for most players, so I think most people will be going with the fairway. We got one of Kastaplast's star players here, Joey Buckets, who's been playing phenomenal always, and he's so fun to watch in the woods.
Both Joey and Mauri got second place 2 years ago at this tournament.
Yeah, that's awesome. Joey looks like he just got on a little extra with the tailwind and reassuring it to come out, and still safe, which is no big deal here on one. It's a pretty hard birdie to start the day with. One of my favorite players to watch in this Swedish crown jewel, Linus Carlsson, always a fan favorite out here. Very fun to watch.
This is actually Linus's hometown.
Wow, that is amazing.
And another player who is being forced to go forehand dominant because he's dealing with a bit of a finger injury right now, Noah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I know I can have some of that myself sometimes, and that was a great shot on one, though. The forehand is so hard to stay in bounds, and he really kept it turned over.
From the United States, the reigning world champion, Gannon, Buhr.
Now, you guys might know this guy. The Ice Age, it's been in full effect this season, especially. I'm excited to see what Gannon's got on this track.
Oh,
wow.
Holds it.
Little Yankee Doodle to start, but stayed in bounds at least, so it's not going to probably pay too much for that.
I did want to offer our condolences to Gannon Buhr for his loss. He did lose his beloved childhood puppy dog.
I'm very sad. But making quick, easy work of saving that par. No stress there.
You don't see too many people running this bucket. It kind of runs away pretty quick behind the pin.
Definitely runs away fast. It's a scary putt, especially to start your day. You don't want to have a silly 3-putt to start. Linus with the full commitment. Little bounce off the top. Check him close and still in the bullseye. And Mauri to start hot. Man, I love his putt. Such a smooth delivery. Nice and spinny. Very flat.
Don't see many people go pure spin from the center of their body like that.
He definitely very unique style, and I love it for him. Couple tap-ins for the boys. That's a pretty average start here. Maybe see a birdie. Decent amount of pars. Very good introduction hole. And hole 2 really kind of shows you what this course is going to look like. It's got a lot of landscaping. They protect the trees. This hole is a very tricky, difficult par 3. We're going to be going up the hill 360 feet. It's maybe playing more like 380, and there's usually a pretty strong headwind coming up the hill. The green is blind as well, so it can create some interesting situations, especially if you're not getting off the tee.
Mauri's been playing some good golf. 9th at the European Open last week. Won the Par New Open, the first stop on the Euro Tour back in his homeland.
Flirted with the corner there, probably did not get around it. Might have a tough scramble. Joey's making the correction, keeping it a little more down the center. I don't know if it's going to get there, but it's a great line.
Fast enough?
Just a little low. You really got to throw this one up in the air and commit to it. Linus it's a very easy mistake to make, but a very punishing one as well. He might have a very difficult time here saving his par.
Wow, Gannon actually going FD3.
Another yank to start the day for Gannon here. He's starting a little off, no doubt. But I have no doubt he's going to settle back in here and show us why he's the best player in the world.
Pretty tough approach. The wind blowing right to left head out there. As soon as it gets exposed, it starts to ride, and he's going to have a 10-meter look for the par save.
Yeah, very tricky hole. Mauri looks like he's taking a little bit of medicine here and just pitching out. He's in quite a thick forest here. Linus, I love his split grip approach. He's got a very unique forehand grip that is to him, and he's been making it work for years. Wow, he really didn't get too far out of there. He's going to have to just throw a whole approach.
And also a 10-meter look for the single bogey. Bucket's a safe bid.
Oof. I like the height there,
Flashed it.
keeping it close. Oh, you hate to see that. It's such a good looking bid.
You're going to go birdie double to start. And Gannon fires that one in there. It was blowing 20 miles per hour head right to left at the moment that he let that go.
Yeah, I would say today was definitely on the windier side of the disc golf round.
And most of this course is like pretty protected, but this is like one of 4 greens that's pretty exposed.
I would agree. Definitely showing its toughness here with the boys. Joey, that one hanging in the chains a little bit. Lengthy time, but settled in there. Going to be having a couple pars and some bogeys as well, double. All right, hole 3 is coming back. One of the easier holes on the track, just under 300 feet, and it's just the classic dead straight disc golf shot. The green can very run away from you. It's very easy to go OB long once you hit the line, but it's going to have show a lot of the touch from the players here. Probably your favorite putter. Most backhands I would imagine we would see here.
Yeah, OB's like 10 meters deep, 10 meters right. It runs away pretty quick.
Yeah, the hard pan and the wood chips, once you hit into the circle, can really start to carry you. Joey, extra follow through. He's going to pay the price, but looks like he's going to stay in bounds as well.
In general, Noah, what do you think about a course like this? To me, it's kind of refreshing for the tour to have par 61 that's a little bit shorter, that like plays in like 2.5 hours. What are your thoughts?
I can completely agree. I mean, this is the roots of disc golf, and it's awesome to still see a few events on the tour continue to play courses like this.
And this will tell you where Linus is at. He's going forehand. This is so tasty.
Yeah. Wow. His trusty harp just making it look easy. What good sit as well. Put the brakes on at the right time.
Wow, that takes so much touch. We're going to run it back. It's a follow flight.
Let's go, Linus.
Great angle, but the speed as well for it not to get back on edge and run deep or hyzer off right.
Very well done. It's going to get him back into the par, I would assume. And Mauri, this is one of his favorite shots, I would have to say.
Oh, and he's going more hyzer flip up.
I would say that looks
This
like the range.
Wild.
Those are
So
very
range,
buttered.
is that like similar to the Berg?
Very similar to the Berg. I would say it's got a tiny bit more glide to play with, but it still has the glideless effect that the Berg has as well. So you can see the shape is much different than what Linus is throwing, even though it's a similar line.
Well, there's just not that many people in the world that are throwing shots with that much touch.
Yeah, I guess it's not many backhands. It's just as many forehands on this one. Joey looks like he doesn't have much besides a layup here. And Gannon snuck through the tree line early, and he's going to be rewarded with a short birdie putt.
And these say disc golf park baskets, but to me they're just like proper 28s, right?
Yeah.
They're like the deeper cages and they're like older chains, and they've been catching great all week, haven't they?
I would agree with that. Yeah, these are just classic 28 chains that I grew up playing on, and I love what they got going on out here.
It's like almost once they get beat in too, and like years of like sun wear, they like catch better.
I can't argue with that. I agree as well.
Great bounce back after the dub from Mauri.
Yeah, making quick work of this hole. 3 birdies. Good for our feature card here. And I would say this is one of the more difficult holes on the track, especially because there's not a lot of par 4s, and this one is a tough one. There's OB littered everywhere across this hole. There is a million trees, and if you hit one, there's a great chance you're going out of bounds. The upshot, especially if you're going righty backhand, is all going to tug down to the left side and potentially find that out of bounds. So you got to be very accurate here.
Yeah, you can't really see the landing zone. It's blind right in front of you. It's also blind around the corner, and you kind of leave things up to chance no matter what shot you throw.
Yeah, you're really going to want to practice this hole.
Gannon's going medium height, but pretty tight. That is close, but that is safe.
Yeah, wow, that is a fortunate break, I would say. Probably trying to look to push that a little farther.
And Linus is really attacking this on the inside line.
This is aggressive, and it's getting through everything. This is huge.
Oh, that's as far up there as you're going to see.
Yeah, that is incredible.
How nervous do you think he is playing a pro tour in his hometown? It's so hard.
I think he's got to have a little bit of nerves, but you know, that's what you need for those good rounds. You got to have that reason why you want to be out here. You got to feel the nerves. And I want to say that Mauri might be the same feeling, but this guy's stone cold killer. He's just always playing great golf.
Yeah, I think Mauri's just shy of 1040 at the moment.
Incredible.
And Mauri was just safe, and Joey gets saved. He
Very
went
fortunate.
inside. You do not want to go OB there. Look, he's crossing out of bounds at the moment.
Very cheeky upshot here, and he's going to be throwing this relatively successfully, I would say. It's going to be an easy par at least, which is very acceptable from there. Looks like he has Anders as well, the Castaplast Pride and Joy owner of, on the bag. That's very exciting.
Oh, and Gannon with the PD. Awkward stance, going to flatten it out. He's out of bounds.
He's going to find one of those trees I was talking that'll just so easily send you out of bounds. And
he'll be putting from 45 feet for a par.
yeah, that can happen very quick on this hole. Mauri keeping it in bounds barely, and that's going to be a great spot to putt from. Very close. Wow.
This is unreal. This is so far up there, Noah.
Yeah, that was such a good drive, and he didn't quite throw it to perfection, and he still circles edge, and that's amazing. That just shows how great his drive came off there. Joey with that buttery backhand he's known for.
Oh, just kind of guides it in there with the body.
Exactly. I love watching his form. Gannon has been saving all his pars so far. And
Oh, it looked
fortunately
good.
not going to get this one, but it definitely looked great.
Even through 4.
Definitely a surprising start. But Mauri getting right back to birdies. No problem for him.
So we're here throughout the World Cup, and Noah and I had the opportunity to watch a World Cup match between Sweden and Japan at 1 a.m. last night alongside about 1,500 other Swedes in downtown Boras. Pretty special,
It's
Noah.
been amazing. It's been amazing. I love Sweden. Their energy has been spectacular.
BlackInkDiscs.com is your premier disc golf store. Our elephant stamp is available now on the Simon Line Bocas and other MVP and Axiom discs. Custom art on your favorite discs at the same price. BlackInkDiscs.com. Shop with us now.
Hole 5
I mean,
is one of the best holes I've ever played.
come on, Nate. This is as signature holes get. This is as signature as they can be.
Oh my
I
goodness, man.
dream of this hole at night. I mean, this is as fun as it gets. It's a downhill shot. It's perfect distance. It's got all the trees you need. It's amazing.
You can play it for the birdie if you want, but it's so tempting. It says 719 effective distance is probably
Close to
shorter than 500
450,
feet.
I would say. It probably
yeah.
plays 450. You can get your favorite fairway driver there. And these guys, I'm sure, are going to try first today. And this looks great to start from Linus.
It's flipping a little more than he would like,
It's
but
going to get a good bounce off the tree line and collect him in the birdie zone. So cannot complain with that.
Anything that I see that is the nose is driven down, you kind of get excited because you know something special could happen.
You know, they could flip like the Mauri is giving it for us. This one looks like it's a little high, so might not get the perfect line, but he's getting all the distance you could ever want. As long as that it has a little bit of a look, it should be a very easy birdie still. I love a lot of the Castaplast drivers in their lineup for this kind of a tee shot. Joey, it looks like he slightly undercommitted to it, but he's going to get a decent bounce, and he'll probably still have something here for his approach. And if you watch Gannon's Instagram story, you know he's trying to park this.
And he threw the PD in that Instagram story, and now he's actually going with DD3.
Yeah, this is definitely his comfort club. He loves this yellow DD3, so looks like it's a new one with a different stamp that I'm used to.
I think that's his Q line one rather than that old S line one he's been throwing for a few years.
That makes sense there.
He's doing the job, man. He's pushing the plastic.
He definitely is. He's on the grind, and so is Joey here. He's thrown a relatively decent approach, and he's leaving himself a Circle 2's edge putt. Linus back with that crazy split grip that I love.
That is so hard to do. To me, that's like an ultimate Frisbee style of forehand where the finger split. The only other guy I knew that did that was Austin Hannum from back in the day.
Yeah, I agree with that. And wow, somehow Gannon just almost finds the eagle. Very easy birdie after that. Looks like Mauri's going to be in the same boat here. Very easy birdie. A little shy.
He's going to leave himself another 10-meter look.
It's hard. The sand is going to catch you, and the chips are going to skip you. So it's a very fine line of where you're trying to land.
Oh,
no.
Are you serious? He leaves the frame.
Joey's going to start his first birdie of the week like that. That is impressive. Love to see that from him.
Not even a smile. And he had a read from another long putt, similar range a few holes back, and he kind of flashed in front of the chains. I think it was hole 2.
Our first slow mez. Look at the sun in the gallery. This is awesome right here.
Ching.
Very limited color, too, of the Rico. I love that from Joey. Got a signature bucket on, you know. There we go. Big smile from Anders.
Tester. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not too big of a test. That's a pop quiz for our boy there. Easy work. Looks like we're going to have a star frame after all that. Much different drives, but the same results. Yeah, I mean, I think you're supposed to shake the chains when you're in Europe, when you all birdie, but
That's right. They missed out.
But that was a great star frame there. And now we're going to get on to one of the hardest to birdie holes. I would expect to see quite a few pars on this, but it's 350, probably playing closer to 500 feet is significantly uphill. You're going to need to pack a water bottle for the walk up to the green and take your time to catch your breath when you try to make your 50-foot putt here.
And then they elevate the bucket as well.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen a birdie like all throughout our cash games and practice rounds.
Yeah, I think I've seen one birdie, but it plays so far. And I like the raised basket because it helps you see it from out of position. But it definitely adds an extra bit of challenge you don't really need. And that was just absolutely blasted all the way up
quick,
there.
and there wasn't even that much movement on the disc either.
Yeah, that was an amazing line. Mauri looks like he's more of a par play here because that's a very big forehand up there.
And this just really tells you where he's at. I mean, he's almost 1040, and he's not ripping a backhand up the hill.
I mean, that got almost all the way there, so I cannot say see him changing his play. Joey's throwing the more conventional. Looks like he's taken the worst bounce you could have, and that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, it can be a quick bogey over there.
Even Gannon's going fast here, and he's really hit this on Anheuser, and it's flipping.
Oh.
Ooh, got a second bounce, though. He honestly still might have a putt after that.
So I was doing some reading about Sweden, Noah, and I heard about this thing called the Swedish prescription. So doctors were actually prescribing people to come visit Sweden and simply walk in the woods for their overall well-being. And Mauri
birdies with the forehand.
He's gonna waltz up through the Swedish woods and pick this one out. He still hasn't taken a par.
That is amazing. To birdie that hole with a forehand, there's not many players in the field that can achieve this. And the putt on top of it, right on the pole.
Isn't that crazy though? The prescription. Just walk through the Swedish woods and you'll be all right.
I can see it. Sweden is definitely bringing a smile to my eye, and everything about it is great. In the summertime and the winter, I cannot imagine it being quite the same, but I love the winter being from Minnesota. So Linus, CTP, he's in the circle, making this hole look easy.
2 birdies. These are the first 2 I've seen all week.
This is incredible. Great stuff from our feature card here. Gannon typing in his par. It's really pretty average on this hole, so you cannot complain with it. And hopefully we can get into some run and some more scoreable holes coming up. And Joey with the unfortunate bogey after that giant putt on the last hole.
We just saw 2 of just 11 birdies on the entire day. That was playing middle of the pack in terms of difficulty, but only 11 total. Hole 7, on the other hand, is playing as one of the easier holes on the course. 367. This is another one of those holes, Noah, where the hyzer feels like it has to be further inside than feels comfortable.
Yeah, I would agree. You want to keep this one nice and wide on a stiff hyzer with something maybe with a little bit of glide, and maybe you're looking for like that long, like 9 or 10 speed fairway driver range rather than the distance driver. And Linus looks like he does not love this out of his hand. It's a little high. It's a little inside. He's going to make the mandatory, but probably not going to have a putt. I know Mauri has a crazy forehand. It'd be awesome to see it here, but it's definitely a nice stock backhand.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. It's possible.
It definitely is a cool forehand line. And he's sneaking through to a putt on the circle's edge, so well thrown.
Gannon needs to find a rhythm here, and that is also a little steep, a little wide.
Yeah, I would say
FT3 finds a way.
It was a good miss, I would say. Joey, he looks like he's got the line dialed here.
That's moving better. A little inside.
One tree to really miss to get him home free. At least this hole has a nice backstop. I think everyone will give this an aggressive bid. Oof, Linus barely missing it.
To me, when I'm walking around Ymergården, I'm getting like Brewster Ridge vibes a little bit.
Can definitely see the comparison to Brewster Ridge with the rocks and the elevation, the roots, the dense forest.
There's just like, he's almost good for another one. There's like layers of spongy moss growing on top of the rocks. You can kind of see a little bit of.
Ooh,
there
Gannon.
we go. Bounces one home.
Didn't get the ring pop and got it to stick. Love to see that.
If you go off into the rough a bit, you'll just be like walking on top of a bed of moss.
Yeah, definitely just an amazing property. Feels like disc golf fairy tale.
Mauri still hasn't taken a par. That's 5 in a row.
This guy is getting on fire early in the round. That is great to see.
He's 4 down with a double bogey on 2.
That is insane.
And, you know, you've been playing some really good golf this week, Noah. You got a bead on how well the tour is playing. What did you think the scores were going to be heading into round 1?
Open champion, Paul McBeth.
Yeah, so I was saying that when this course was going to be played from tournament, that 12 down maybe was going to be the hot round for the week.
Yeah,
and
wow.
After the scores got going, I thought that maybe 15 was going to be possible, but there is so much out of bounds and so many trees that your train can really come to a halt out here at this track. But Mauri is proving me wrong, most definitely. And hole 8 is a great hole to get another birdie on. It's got some difficulty with out of bounds, but it's a straight shooter, 330 feet. It's in the wheelhouse of every player in the field.
Yeah, the OB's pretty tight, but it's hard to really run past this pin because it kind of slopes uphill.
Yeah, you need to get a little unlucky to really continue into the out of bounds unless you leave it sawed off on the righty backhand hyzer. Oh, the forehand here is just a very hard play.
Honestly, those are some of the biggest misses we've seen from Gannon in a couple months.
Yeah, he seems to be having a hard time finding a stroke here early in the round. Joey's throwing a nice laser beam up to here into the circle's edge, settling nicely. This is a hole you definitely want to get, but it definitely you can find some trouble as well. Linus doesn't love it early, but he's not going to pay the price too much. Gannon going down to a knee here, which is a pretty wild look. I'm just leaving a little short, but it's a interesting line there from him.
Oh, Joey.
That was a bad
struggling
reaction.
To find the birdies right now. And I feel like a lot of the tour would agree with you, Noah, that it feels like it's inevitable. People are going to go 10 to 12. And yet the 2 times the Pro Tour has played here, no one's cracked 30 under par through 3 rounds. I think Proctor won with like 24 under through 3.
Yeah, there's just a lot of danger in times, and if you're off your line, this course is going to punish you. There's out of bounds with woods, so you really have to be locked in the entire round and putting for birdie in C1 or C2.
And this is another hole. For me, hole 5 is absolutely Dream 18. I think this one is just off it for me, but this is just an unforgettable par 4 through the woods. You can play the flick tight around the corner that flips up a little bit, or you can go with this magical turnover that's a little bit more aggressive and running up the fairway. Either way, the approaches on this are really challenging, but the line is pure.
Yeah, this hole has it all. It's a tough tee shot, it's a tough approach, and the green is on a little mound of wood chips with a very easy to run off the back. Mauri looks like he's throwing it really well again. It's pushed a little long and takes a good bounce too. Still a birdie position, but it's going to be pretty far back from ideal.
You like the forehand or the turnover more?
I like the forehand a lot just because it's not asking for the bad bounce, but the turnover can definitely get you way up there. It's just very greedy, I would say, overall.
And that was inside again from Gannon.
Yeah, the thing about this round is it can go pretty quick. So if you're not getting and getting birdies and getting on track right away, all of a sudden you're through a few holes and the round is really coming up fast on you, and you got to try to lock back in, and you're running out of time with a lot of par 3s on the course. Joey looks a little inside as well to me, but he's going to sneak through that corner and find himself behind a big tree by Mauri.
Oh, and Gannon's going to get hyper aggressive. This is out of position, going DD3, pushing that back wall, and that is trouble.
Paying the price. Big time there. Probably would have liked to see a little bit more of a par play there from him, but
look at this standstill. Oh, and he's found the center of the line.
that is
Forward
incredible.
skip. Oh, wow, he's putting.
Circle's edge from there is incredible. Mauri going very touchy
Are
hyzer
you
flip.
kidding? Look at this late flip.
Oof, it definitely tested the corner, but
A little wider out of the hand, and that had an opportunity.
yeah, that's a crazy place to throw a forehand. That is a lot more reasonable place to forehand. He's got one angle Annie, but he's still going to end up by Mauri as well. Very difficult shot.
No, I think he kind of wants that one back.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
was set up well for him.
That was a good spot for him. And Gannon going maybe forehand roller. Oh my goodness. He hit the gap too well and ended up past the basket. That is incredible. He's going to have a par putt still from that position. Linus is manufacturing a little upshot here from the rough, and he's going to have a putt for par.
Yeah, these are touchy. The basket's up on a little turtle shell.
Yeah, I would definitely say this is one of the hardest, if not hardest, to birdie holes on the track. So par here is nothing to scoff at. Gannon getting some cabbage off the putt, and it might have costed him the make there.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty slow front nine. 1 under.
Joey, what a bird from that position.
Stands still out of position. Not quite patent pending, but nearly facing backwards.
Linus with a nice par.
Good stick right there on the left side.
Yes, that is very dangerous putt to miss. You could easily roll away or just air past the basket to circle's edge. And Gannon's going to be dropping a stroke or two to everyone on the card there. Very rare.
Man, it's all going by so quick. I want to live on Jomez forever. I want to stay in Boras a little longer. I mean, we're in this sweet little town in southwest Sweden. It's about 45 minutes east of Gothenburg, which is a town of like 1 million people. But this is a tiny little town, and these people are proud of their disc golf course.
They love the disc golf, and so do I, and for good reason. There's some hot scores here to start. Some 6 down from Andrew Morandu, Calvin Heinberg, Jakob Pepenick, Luke Humphreys. Everyone shooting some very good golf to start in that front 9, which is, I think, slightly more difficult of the 2 9s. So good to see people getting off to a hot start.
Yeah, I saw a couple of nice eagles there on the 5th. I think Andy Morandi took the 2 on number 5.
Yeah, amazing.
I think Aderhold also took the 2 on that downhill hole.
Well, awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me to my first Jomez.
Yeah, Noah.
We got the front 9 on the wrap for y'all. And
Well, Noah, they used to call you the spin kid. What are they calling you these days?
sometimes I go by skinny as well. I'm trying to work on not being so skinny. Get into the gym a little bit, but I can't complain as well.
And what's your rating right now, Noah?
I think I'm 1028 at the moment, and I haven't played a ton of events this year, but the ones I've been playing, I've been very focused on, and they've been going swimmingly, so I cannot complain at all.
Well, this is such a treat to be on Jomez. I mean, like you guys listening at home, Noah and I have been watching this channel for years, and we are just so honored to be, walking you guys through the action from the Swedish Open. So big thanks to everyone at the Jomez crew for all the work. Big thanks to the club at the Ymergårdens course, and we'll see you guys soon for that back 9.